This just in, breaking news, our top story tonight. It appears here at Crypto News that we've been duped, and this famous rapper never held any Bitcoin at all. From now on, 5,000 Satoshis is going to be known as 50 Cent. The largest global investment fund, Blackrock, has assets totaling almost $5.7 trillion and is interested in getting involved in blockchain. You could say that Blackrock is getting a little bolder than most. Famous Chinese online business-to-business retailer JD.com has announced a partnership with Canya to increase their blockchain acceleration. But can you trust them though? And finally tonight, Steve Wozniak is complaining that he's had almost $70,000 in Bitcoin stolen. This would be like me complaining that someone took 20 bucks from under my couch. All of this and more tonight on Crypto News. I want to welcome everybody back to the channel, and if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we've got a lot of good content coming up. Later this week, we're going to be joined by Richard Hart over on the podcast channel at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Richard Hart, definitely one of the more outspoken members of the cryptocurrency world, so be sure to stop by and check that out over on that channel. If you're not too familiar with Richard Hart's work, I'm going to put a link in the description below so you guys can check him out. And also, let me know in the comments below what topics would you like me to discuss with Richard so I have an idea for what you guys would like to hear about. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to our first story here tonight. Fibby Sensing that he actually never held any Bitcoin. Now, what he's claiming is that when the press reports came out, that he just went along with it, but in reality what happened was that when he received the Bitcoin, he received the USD equivalent, and so someone else presumably owns those Bitcoin. According to this article from Independent, he did not publicly deny the reports that he held Bitcoins because the press coverage was favorable and suggested that he had made millions of dollars as a result of his good business decision to accept Bitcoin payments. So now he's just saying that that money isn't his. And when people say positive things about you, you don't exactly want to come out and be like, hey guys, actually I'm an idiot.
Then you've got market depth, not really sure what that is.
There are some light speculation circulating that he might be saying this to pretend he doesn't own the money when he actually does because of the result of a recent bankruptcy, or maybe because someone's coming after his money, or maybe he just doesn't want people to know that he owns them. But it seems, at least for now, that 50 Cent did not own any Bitcoin.
If I ain't rap because I flip burgers at Burger King.
On to our next story. Blackrock, which is an investment group with over $5.7 trillion in assets, is starting to take a look at maybe getting involved in cryptocurrency. Now, what I don't like about this story is it is one of those stories about this could happen, which tend to kind of suck. It's like announcing news when there's news down the road. At least this does show some data from Blackrock, unlike Justin Sun's recent tweet where he announced that he will be making an announcement about an upcoming announcement at an undetermined date. Tron's price went up 20% that day. That was quite the announcement. Let's take a look at some of the key points from what Blackrock posted. Cryptocurrencies could gain wider appeal over time, but we see them as far from earning a place in mainstream investment portfolios for now. We see a chart here of the price volatility of US equities, gold, and selected cryptocurrencies with extreme amounts of volatility in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. But I'm actually going to go ahead and say that from an investment standpoint, volatility is good. In fact, what any trader will tell you is that you need volatility to be able to make money. If stuff's not moving, it's hard to trade. They go on to talk a little bit about being cautious on Bitcoin and bullish on blockchain. They talk about how many other industry leaders and politicians have talked about that as well. But it comes down to their bottom line. We see cryptocurrencies potentially becoming more widely used in the future as the markets mature. Yet for now, we believe they should only be considered by those who can stomach potentially complete losses. Similarly, Similarly, blockchain needs to overcome significant hurdles to reach its promising future. Now, this has been chalked up as kind of a win in some capacity for a lot of people in Bitcoin, and I think that that might be a little bit of a stretch. It shows that they're aware of this emerging industry, but these guys are massive. They are essentially 10 times, 12 times the size of the entire cryptocurrency market. So, you know, maybe it's just not quite ready for a player this large to enter the space, but it does show that they're watching. Now, I think that the problem for them might always be that it's going to be risky. in cryptocurrency. It's going to have swings. It's going to have changes. So I would say overall that I don't think that this is an extremely positive article. I'd say it's slightly positive that they're aware of it, but I wouldn't count on that institutional money coming from here in any time in the near future. Our next story tonight is on JD.com as well as Walmart trying to block some blockchain efforts in China. According to this article from CoinDesk, Walmart and JD.com back blockchain food tracking effort in China. Retail giants Walmart and JD.com are among several companies backing a new blockchain effort in China focused on food safety and traceability. They will seek to connect businesses along the food supply chain within the world's most populous country. The idea, according to statements, is to develop a standards-based method of collecting data about the origin, safety, and authenticity of food. Among the parties involved, with blockchain serving as a technological basis for recording that information in real time. That's right, nothing goes hand in hand with Walmart like high standards for the origin, safety, and authenticity of food. It's like peanut butter and jelly. According to the report, the inclusion of JD.com, a business-to-consumer e-commerce platform that claimed more than 200 million users as of September, is a notable one, given its overall footprint in China, and reports that JD.com intends to import billions of dollars worth of food over the next several years would, in theory, create a large inventory of products to track. So they're going to track hundreds of millions of food items. Sounds realistic. What I find particularly funny about this idea is that it reminds me of a similar currency that already exists that tracks items using RFID, known as Walton Chain. So Walton Chain and Walmart are going to be doing the same thing. Coincidence? Yeah, probably. That article was from in December, but now there's been a new update coming from JD.com. According to the company, JD.com launches new accelerator for blockchain and AI technology development. JD.com, China's largest retailer online or offline, has launched a new accelerator, AI Catapult, for the development of artificial intelligence and blockchain technologies. Beginning in March, AI Catapult, which is part of JD's AI program, will partner with innovative blockchain startups to build new businesses and create and test real-world applications of their technologies at scale. It now appears JD.com is looking to expand its empire into AI technology, and maybe that'll even play some role trying to help with this supply chain type blockchain technology, where they're trying to trace the origin and source food products for people that are going to eventually consume it. I'm not really sure if it's too related, but it's definitely safe to say that this company is aggressively trying to expand in the space. And we're going to see more as it develops. And finally tonight, Steve Wozniak has been conned out of 70,000 American dollars. I know what some of you are sitting there thinking. You're thinking to yourself, $70,000 isn't that much. So what? Who cares, Doug? I care. And Steve cares. Because $70,000 might not be to you what it is to Steve. To Steve, this actually matters. This represents 0.07% of his entire net worth, and you're just going to sit there and laugh about it.
I sell sheets of $2 bills for $5. And of course, I tell you, what you're getting is worth $50. It's worth. You'd be an idiot not to buy it for $5. I sell them all over the place.
It's probably even more sad than you guys could have imagined.
I had no money.
Even more tragic. Apparently, somebody bought them from him online through a credit card, and they canceled the credit card payment. It was that easy. And it was from a stolen credit card number, so you can never get it back. That's right, Steve. They're gone forever. Imagine sitting there and in the blink of an eye losing 0.07% of your net worth. Yeah, it's not so funny now, is it? It's cold. That hasn't happened to me since I just checked CoinMarketCap before I recorded this clip. Oh, I just made it back, actually. But I was in a dark place. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm sorry, man. Who knew that credit card transactions could be reversed? There was no way to know. It's just too sad. I can't. I'm done with the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.